A very good evening and a warm welcome to this week's last edition of Primetime News. I'm Sulima Shimwe-Feleni. We commence with the 33rd COVID-19 public briefing from State House earlier today. President Dr. Hage Geingob said he finally got his COVID-19 jab after testing positive for the virus numerous times. He further announced that the number of persons inside a facility may not exceed 50% of the floor carrying capacity or 100 persons at any one time.
Business operations. A. Gyms, nightclubs, casinos, gambling and betting houses may resume operations, allowing patrons up to half the capacity. And furthermore, all contact sports may resume, however, without spectators. Management of the various sports codes must ensure the safety of sports persons and staff during training and games. Motor vehicle passenger restrictions remain in force, loading public transport vehicles at half capacity. Now coming to me, the positive status continued. I was getting worried. I was not sick, but I was saying, what is going on that I'm always testing positive? But being a strong man, I didn't cry. That's why you didn't know about it. But the moment my doctor said it's time, I'll just give you the card. Public now to know I did take. On the photos I can show you, and both two have been taken.
More from the COVID-19 public briefing, where President Dr. Hage Geingob today announced that all schools and institutions will operate at full capacity with strengthened infection prevention and control measures in place.
After the review of the current COVID-19 public health measures, some adjustments were proposed, and the following regulations will come into force for an extended period of 31 days from Sunday, 15th August 2021 until midnight, Tuesday, 14th September 2021. 1. Public gatherings, as defined in the regulations, have been adjusted to 100 persons per event. 2. Curfew. Curfew will remain in force 22 hours to 4 a.m. daily. Education. All schools and educational institutions will operate at full capacity with strengthened infection prevention and control measures in place. 4. Restrictions related to liquor. A. The sale of liquor remains restricted on takeaway basis between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday to Thursday, except for those hospitality establishments that have resident guests.
About 176 cadet officers on Thursday were commissioned to the substantive rank of First Lieutenant at the military school at the Osuna military base in Okahanja. Matthias Hamunyela was at the event and compiled this report.
A total of 197 candidates were examined for a 9-month course, and of this number, 180 were recommended fit and 17 were found unfit. During the course, 2 candidates were withdrawn on medical grounds, while 2 others were withdrawn due to pending criminal cases. Out of the 76 cadets who graduated, 42 were female. Deputy Commandant of the military school, Colonel Thomas Shua, said the commissioned cadet officers were the 6th intake of the Quartermaster commissioning course conducted at the school thus far.
A proper officers training program will allow to strengthen the skills that each and every officer within the Namibian Defence Force need to improve. Hence, this brings all officers to a higher level so they all have similar skills and knowledge.
On his part, Minister of Defense and Veterans Affairs Frans Kapofi commended the NDF for equipping men and women in uniform with the necessary skills and knowledge to be able to defend Namibia when called upon.
The aim of the Quartermaster Commission course is to train, transform, and equip with skills and knowledge selected, tested, and seasoned senior and junior non-commissioned officers.
He added that it remains essential for the NDF to develop leaders with a vision who will be able to move the force to greater heights.
United Nations representative to Namibia, Sen Peng, said the United Nations system in Namibia is committed to ensuring the views, ideas, and concerns of young people are at the center of its decisions.
Penn made these remarks on Thursday while addressing a group of young people at the Dortebus settlement, where the commemoration of the International Youth Day under the theme Transforming Food Systems, Youth Innovation for Human and Planetary Health. He said the UN will help Namibian youth by enhancing local innovation, facilitate the co-creation of knowledge by youth to transform food systems, and build back a greener, more equal and sustainable planet with young people in the lead with tangible actions.
The youth should be at the forefront of developing youth-led climate change solutions, adopting sustainable consumption patterns, providing solutions for better agriculture, and supporting sustainable value chains. The UN has long recognized that young people are a major human resource for development and key agents for social change, economic growth, and technological innovation. Participation in decision-making is therefore a key priority area of the UN agenda on youth.
Minister of Sports, Youth and National Service, Agnes Shongarero, who spoke at the same occasion, said it is no secret that the youth represents a rapidly growing segment of the population, thus the importance of strengthening enabling instruments cannot be overemphasized enough, so as to position the youth to play a meaningful role in various areas, with agribusiness industry being one such area.
Youth Day thus accord us the opportunity to celebrate young people's voices, actions and initiatives, and recognize their engagement and contributions. As a minister responsible for youth affairs, when pursuing this program, I am indeed delighted to notice the amount of young experts being engaged in their various fields of expertise.
She added that the ministry has established youth agricultural projects in all 14 regions of the country as a means to create opportunities for income generation for the youth, while also contributing to food security.
Shifting to the Erongo region, where the police have arrested 2 of the 4 male suspects involved in an alleged robbery at Swakopmund's Vuruman and Brock Mondesa supermarket yesterday morning. Our Erongo-based journalist Isabel Bento compiled this report.
An update issued by Erongo Region Commander of Community Policing Affairs Inspector Eleni Shapumba stated that the 2 suspects were arrested in Walvish Bay and some stolen money has been recovered. The police confirmed that an amount of 147,560 Namibian dollars was stolen. However, only 37,370 Namibian dollars has been recovered. The 3rd suspect, who is identified, is still on the run and was driving a silver Toyota Corolla with registration number N20615S. It is suspected that he might have fled either to the North or Khomas region, Shapumba said. His name cannot be revealed to the public as he is yet to appear in court. The 4th suspect, who is not yet identified and suspected to have been shot and seriously wounded during the robbery, is also still at large and has not yet approached medical facilities. The robbery took place at around 7:22 a.m. while security guards from the Southern Cross Security Services were collecting money at Vuruman and Brock supermarket. It is alleged that after receiving the money and while preparing to leave the shop, the security guards were attacked. In the process, they allegedly grabbed the driver's gun and shot his assistant in the stomach. The men then took the money from the van and drove away in a black Nissan Note with registration number N39382SH, which was used as the getaway vehicle Shapumba added. The vehicle, he added, was however discovered at a residence in Oletweni residential area, with the number plates removed and one packing box thrown in a bin behind the house. The wounded security guard was transported to a local hospital in a stable condition. Police investigations continue.
Stand by for your top roundup. And now, a look into the world of business and economics. Minister of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform, Kale Schlattwein, said water must be affordable and as such provided at the lowest possible price to consumers, as it is the country's most valuable resource and should be treated as such.
The minister made those remarks on Thursday when he virtually launched the $3.3 billion Namibian water sector support program. The project is co-financed by the African Development Bank and the Namibian government. Schlattwein said climate change is a threat to the already water-stressed situation in the country, while other challenges faced include aged and inadequate bulk water infrastructure and distribution networks in municipalities. The minister added that Namibia is a water-scarce country and has been dealing with a national water need, where the country experienced the worst drought in 50 years, with the long drought spells having affected the availability of water for industry and human consumption, thus posing challenges to ensure water security. He said government is committed to ensuring that the provision of water and sanitation remains the umbilical cord of Namibia's existence because water is life. At least 1 million people are expected to benefit directly from the program, while 250,000 are to benefit indirectly, with the majority being women. According to NamWater Chief Executive Officer Abraham Nehemiah, the first phase of the project involves the extension of the Rundu Purification Plant, the extension of the Oshakati Purification Plant, the development of the second Oangwena well field, and the development and link of the Abenab Aquifer to the eastern, north, west, and central regions. The project is expected to be completed by 2024.
Industrialization and Trade Minister Lucia Ipumbu said her ministry, together with other involved ministries, are working towards finding solutions to the 18% export tariff that has hindered the operations of Peugeot Namibia assembly plant.
Ipumbu, while receiving 8 vehicles purchased by a ministry on Thursday, all assembled locally at the Peugeot Namibia assembly plant situated in Walvis Bay, said accessing export duties incentive provision through the South African Customs Union SACU has hampered the plant from achieving its goal of exporting cars to the SADC and SACU markets. She said the first step taken towards rectifying the impediment experienced at the opening of the plant was, together with the Ministry of Works and Transport at the end of 2019, acquire the manufacturing certificate which gives them the license and permission to assemble vehicles locally. Secondly, we had to enter into discussions to look at SACU rules and to find a solution. We had to develop a framework for support of the automotive assembly sector in Namibia, which at a later stage we had to domesticate to that of SACU, in order to find a solution in terms of reducing the required duties to buy and bring the car parts into the country, as well as to export the completed vehicles to the SACU and SADC markets, Ipumbu explained. Speaking while handing over the vehicles, Peugeot Namibia Assembly Plant Chief Executive Officer Robert van Rooyen emphasized that 18% export tariff is the main challenge experienced by the plant. He said the initial idea was to produce 8 vehicles per month, but this has not been the case as there is no market supply, and has thus opted to assemble about 3 vehicles a month, just so that employees are not out of practice. The plant, he said, has assembled 160 cars since its opening in 2019, and they currently have about 130 vehicles on the factory floor, which are unable to be exported due to the 18% duty, but they are ready to be sold locally. Namibia has a 49% shareholding in the project, which is an investment agreement through the National Development Corporation and the French multinational manufacturer of automobiles, Group PSA.
The Business and Economics Roundup is up next, followed by a trip to the marketplace.
Getting GoTV was the best decision James has ever made. See, James has always watched football wherever he can. Sometimes it got awkward. It was never really comfortable. And finding a good place to watch became more and more difficult, not to mention costly. Traveling for his games took its toll on James until he discovered something big. Now that James has GoTV, he can finally enjoy the perks of Home Ground Advantage. Good for you, James. Get Home Ground Advantage with GoTV. With superstar players competing in the world's biggest leagues and cup competitions, you'll be spoiled for football choice. So get and stay connected to GoTV for the best football season yet. GoTV. Love it.
And with that, we've reached the end of our top segment. Kindly stand by for your sports update with Joy Gosses.
Thank you, Salima. Good evening and welcome to Sport Planet. In our sports news, we commence with football news. The Brave Warriors have climbed 4 places in Africa on the latest FIFA rankings released on Thursday. Margot Nglobo, our sports journalist, compiled this report.
Namibia is now ranked number 25, up from number 29 from the previous rankings released on 27 May 2021. Namibia is now ranked number 107 in the world, up from 111. During that period, Namibia played 4 matches at the 2021 Council of Southern African Football Association's COSAFA Cup, winning 2 matches, drawing 1 and losing another. The Brave Warriors beat Africa's top-ranked team Senegal by a 2-1 scoreline before defeating Zimbabwe 2-0. They drew with Malawi 1-1 before losing 1-0 to Mozambique. Senegal remains the top-ranked side on the African continent, 21 in the world, while South Africa is the top-ranked team in the region at number 13 in Africa and 73 in the world. In the COSAFA region, Namibia is ranked number 4 behind South Africa, Zambia and Madagascar. Namibia has played a total of 12 matches since August 2020, winning 4 matches, losing 5 and drawing 2.
Staying with football news, NFA President Ranga Haikali said he is disappointed with the organization's Secretary General, Franco Cosmos, for leaking private correspondence to the public. This follows the circulation of 2 letters on social media, one from Haikali to Cosmos requesting him to respond to 9 counts of allegations, and the other from Cosmos lawyers to Haikali requesting clarity on a number of issues. Once more, Marco Nglobo compiled this report.
This follows the circulation of 2 letters on social media, one from Haikali to Cosmos, requesting him to respond to 9 counts of allegations, and the other from Cosmos lawyers to Haikali, requesting clarity on a number of issues. Haikali told the Namibia Press Agency on Tuesday that the letter to Cosmos was never meant for anyone else. He leaked the letter to the executive committee and media before even responding to it. He was supposed to reply to me, but he chose to reply through the lawyers. He has turned this into a public relations exercise. I do not know if he is aware of how serious this is, Haikali said, adding that he is currently seeking legal advice on the matter. Meanwhile, Cosmos denied leaking the letters, saying one of the EXCO members possibly leaked the letters. Those are internal matters between employer and employee. It is unfortunate that they are now in the public domain. I kindly request you respect that, Cosmos told the Namibia Press Agency. Haikali wrote to Cosmos on 4 August, requesting him to respond to 9 issues ranging from gross misconduct, non-compliance with NFA procedures and policies by refusing to obey instructions and relaying false or fraudulent information. Cosmos responded through his lawyer, Saki Kadila Amomo, requesting information related to the questions requested by the president in order for them to be able to respond accordingly.
Your sports roundup is up next.
Welcome wherever you are on Planet Football.
You can go anywhere in the world, but nobody feels football like we do.
And they sing, they dare to sing.
It's a rhythm.
1-2.
1-2. Football.
La football.
Soccer.
1-2.
That moves us.
Salah to settle it. There's no feeling like that feeling.
It's so nice. It's so nice.
Nothing compares to DSTV's unbeatable football offering. So stay connected to watch the best football on the planet.
We have come to the end of tonight and this week's bulletin. We thank you for tuning in. Do give us a thumbs up and share. If you are new to this channel, please do subscribe. Also, click on the notifications bell to stay updated on the latest local and international news. Do join us next week Monday for your daily dose of primetime news. From myself and the entire production crew, wishing you a great weekend. Good night.